Welcome to the next video on the course. Excuse me. This one we're going to be looking at study schedules. Now, I really toyed whether I should make this like a whole assignment in itself or not, because it is so important, but I decided not to. I'm going to give you the freedom of choice, the responsibility to choose the methods which you think are right for you for the assignment. You're welcome. But study schedules are super important, and if you're only going to do one, do this one, because it helps get those habits in place, and habits is what's going to make you consistent, and consistency will make you successful. So there we go. When we looked at the Gantt chart, really that deals with medium and long-term planning. Now, to-do lists, they could be medium, they could be long, they could be short-term. The study schedule is specifically short-term, so it looks at your week-by-week plan, and that's really where the magic happens. It's the day-to-day, the week-to-week, where you do small actions, take small steps towards your big goal, and over time they add up. So getting this right is really important. Now, I think one thing that puts a lot of young people off when it comes to study schedules is they think the expectation is they need to work every hour they're awake, and I would advocate the incorrect approach. And actually there's a lot of science that shows that it's no good to just work every hour of the day. There are some studies which show that the 8-hour rule is optimal, where you divide your day into 3 lots of 8. 8 hours for sleeping, 8 hours for working, 8 hours for resting or leisure, playing, whatever you want to call it. So really, once you've taken into account the hours that you have in school, if you're in your GCSE years, it's probably going to be 5 or so hours. A-level, it could be a little less. And then add on a couple of hours for studying at home or on the bus, on the train. There's not a lot of time outside of school each day to do studying if we're going to keep that balance, and I would really strongly advocate for keeping this balance. 8 hours of sleep is really important. When we sleep, our brains process everything we've done in the day, organises it and stores it in our brain. If you don't get enough sleep and you don't get the right quality of sleep, long-term memory retention goes way down. So it's really important that you get those 8 hours sleep. And I know parents will be wanting you to get up early and everything, but from my perspective, as long as you get those 8 hours, it doesn't really matter if that's going to bed at midnight and waking up at 8. If you can still make it in to college and school on time, then brilliant. But ideally, you'll know when your 8 hours are best found, but do try to get those 8 hours. It's really important. We'll talk more about the science of sleep later on in the course anyway, but just for now, 8 hours is good. 8 hours of working, 8 hours of resting, leisure, those kind of things. So try and stick to that if you can. So here it is, the study schedule. I've made this lovely template for you on Google Sheets. If you click on the materials tab, you've got a link to it there. You can make your own. So I've pre-populated this with an example just to show you what it could look like. So in this example, this person gets up at 6:30 in the morning. They give themselves an hour on a weekday to get ready, half hour to travel, and they arrive at college or school at about 8 o'clock. Then these blocks here are their timetabled lessons. Okay, they're timetabled lessons, which they've blocked in. I've colour coded them because that's how my brain works. I like colour coding. It makes sense to me. I can see patterns. It looks good. You don't have to colour code it, but also, you'll notice on Saturday and Sunday, this person's got paid work on a Saturday, and on Sunday they play football in the Sunday League. So they've also decided to stick a bit of cheeky history revision in before kick-off there as well. So that's good. So that's the morning, and then in the afternoon you'll see it looks a bit like this. So this person has elected to have their downtime between coming home from college or school and then starting at about 6 o'clock in the evening for not more than an hour and a half, 2 hours each night. You can see they do paid work on a Monday night, paid work on a Saturday day, and they go out on a Friday and Saturday night. Of course they do. And it's really important that you put this into your schedule and you block out times where you know, I'm no way going to be studying, I'm going to be focusing on this instead. Then you can see they've got an hour of reading or gaming on the evenings, Monday to Thursday, and on Sunday night as well. Family and friends, it's really important you still see your friends and your family. Please schedule them into your schedule because you don't want to be neglecting them. And then here they've left a flexible time here where they might that week have had a bad result in a biology test and decide they're going to dedicate that time solely to biology, or they might feel that actually doing some work on mass reset is more important at that point, possibly. So sorry, my fire alarm was going off there, but there is no fire in my house. You're absolutely fine, don't worry about it. So yeah, it's really important that you keep that balance, the 8 hours. This person's got nowhere near the 8 hours, they've stayed under, and I think that's totally acceptable. I feel like the 8 hours is a hard and fast rule you must stick to. It's about finding that balance that works best for you, and you'll know that, you'll find that. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, there's a study schedule. Good luck with this one. A few kind of tips. So yeah, make a copy of the template that I've made for you. First of all, add in your weekly commitments. That's your social, your work, your sports, your timetabled lessons. If you know you see your family every Sunday afternoon, put that in. If you know you go out with friends on a Friday night, put that in as well. Block that out so you know you're not going to be scheduling biology revision at an important time. So then add in your study times. Try and maintain that 8 hour rule, that balance. Don't overwork, don't underwork too much, obviously. But yeah, don't overwork yourself. Factor in 8 hours of sleep. At least have good intentions with that. Then the last bit of good advice here is to print at least 2 copies. So one copy is for your benefit, that you can put up in your room where you study or wherever. And then the other copy, either put it in a very kind of public place in your house, so maybe on the fridge or on a cupboard where chocolate is stored, or give it to someone that I'd call your accountability partner. So someone who's going to check up on you and make sure you're doing what you're saying you're doing, which could be a parent, it could be a brother or sister, it could be a best friend. It's up to you who that is. But it's really good advice to not just print out one copy, but get 2 copies and give a copy to someone who can keep you in check, or put it in a public place so everyone in your house knows what you should be doing and when, and they can check up on you and encourage you to do the right thing. Okay, I think that makes sense. That's everything we need to talk about for the study schedule. Good luck with this one. If you need support, email me, reach out. I'll get back to you and I'll help you. Good luck.